if they want to. Talk don't bother me. I want the whole wide world to know that I love you so.
And welcome to Let 'em Talk. I'm Paul DiRienzo.
And I'm Miss Joan Marie Musi.
And our guest returning yet again, Gilbert Baker.
Thank you.
The
Welcome back.
The Betsy Ross of the game lesbian movement, among other things. Author, bon vivant, filmmaker,
Painter,
author, writer, whatever, I forgot. Okay, all these different things. Anyway, we're here, and we're also, if you notice, we are taking your calls. We are live. Our number is 212-757-1538, so feel free to join the conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to see you. And behind us, what do we have behind us, Gilbert Baker?
Well, I put this up this morning. This is a collection of flags, flags that I designed based on the state flags from the United States.
Oh,
and you'll see right
so
behind
50.
us. Like here's, you know, Wisconsin, and here's, the old Georgia. We didn't quite finish that one. But anyway, these are all based on different state flags. Here's Montana, and what I basically did was created a gay version of every state flag.
A rainbow theme.
And I brought it in because I thought it might be fun to look at that, knowing that we've got a...
There's gay people in every state?
There are gay people in every state, in every country, in fact. And we're having a big a year this year.
Even in Idaho?
Even in Idaho, in Boise.
Even in Beirut. I was reading a whole thing about the gay scene in Beirut.
And in many respects, a lot of that is tragic. I was mentioning earlier to you that just a couple of days ago we had a situation in Israel where someone broke into a gay center and shot up a youth meeting, and 3 people were killed and many injured. And so our struggle is a global struggle. Our struggle is ongoing. We're certainly confronting violence and organized state violence.
Continuing struggle.
And you know, I think that it's really important for people to be aware of that and to show up and protest when things like that happen. Just for your...
Is there going to be a protest of the event?
There is. I would like to. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it's at the congregation, the Jewish congregation on Bethune Street, between Washington and 10th down the Village.
That's the West Village.
West Village, yeah. So people should show up, and they should go online. And
it's 7 o'clock, you said.
7 o'clock tomorrow.
In the evening.
And they're happening, you know, we're having some protests across the U.S., but, you know, thanks to the internet, we're certainly more aware of things that are going on in the rest of the world. It's kind of depressing when you see how much of it is really,
but it's a great organizer,
violent.
too.
It is, and that's a good thing. But it makes you more aware of the great distance we still have to go.
So you had a great time in New York. Get to a more positive message. You had a great time in your Statue of Liberty outfit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! It was so fantastic. It's like so gorgeous. And it was in the Daily News.
Yeah.
There's a picture from the Queen's March.
But I love making beautiful costumes. I get tired of making flags, and I make
another
costumes.
fabric
I make gowns.
thing.
The flags go this way, the gowns come that way. Well, in a way, I kind of use my my love of cartoons to sort of create costumes and gowns, especially for...
Well, this one was stunning.
Yeah, it was the Statue of Liberty. It was really in every...
In an aqua sequin.
In every meticulous detail.
It's just gorgeous.
Stunning.
Yeah.
And a lot of work. And what's great, you do stuff like that, and the crowds love it.
And it weighs a ton, too, right?
She carries a tablet.
Tablet, yes.
Mirror.
Which was another stroke
matching
of genius.
turquoise mirror, right?
Yes.
Matching turquoise. And how did you create a matching turquoise mirror?
Canal Street. That's why I live in New York.
The home of all.
I walked in. I said, "Hey, you got any turquoise mirror?" I'm holding up my little swatch of the sequin fabric, and they're going, "What shade?" Okay,
the darker one or the paler one?
Right. You got everything you wanted.
But yeah, I mean, I think that my whole career is about visuals, really, the flag and so many other things. And visuals are a really important part of every movement, and I certainly have used my craft and my skills.
Well, and banners, too.
And banners.
I mean, just
I'm making a lot of banners right
banners.
now, actually. That's what I've sort of gone back to, the sort of old school banners that we made in the the 60s for the Vietnam War.
Now, when you make the banners,
but I make them, and like now I'm making them for the March on Washington.
And so, what kind of a technique do you use? Is it an applique
of
applique. Letters? Oh, it is. Okay,
yeah.
so it's all sewn.
I mean, sometimes I'll paint them too. I do paint them, but the traditional old school way, going back literally, centuries. Is
now you talked about a March on Washington. Let's have a little background on that.
Yeah.
When is this happening? What is it a march for?
Well, it's a march. Our one demand is full protection under the law in all 50 states.
That includes marriage.
It includes everything.
Everything.
We want, just as like it says.
And why shouldn't it?
Right, it should. I mean, you go to Washington at the Supreme Court. Over the door, it says equal justice under law, and that's what we want. It isn't just about marriage. It isn't just about employment issues or hate crimes or gays in the military. All of those things are part of a larger thing, and we want equality.
And they're all just sort of examples of...
Well, they're just examples of the ways that we are discriminated against or, you know, oppressed. And so it's important for people, I think, to sort of get with the program that our struggle, our movement, if you will, is maturing, and part of that is embracing full equality. And it isn't just a gay thing. I think one of the big mistakes that our movement has made is that we haven't really been inclusive and done enough outreach to other communities to really involve ourselves in their issues to bring them in, and that's something I know that we're working on really hard. And one of the reasons that we're putting together a March on Washington for October 11th.
Right, so on October 11th, that's a what, Saturday, I imagine?
It's a Sunday.
Sunday, okay. Sunday.
The 10th, we're having an organizing day there.
Okay, right, so the 11th is going to be March, and where's that march going to take place, do you know?
Washington, D.C., the mall.
Where in Washington?
The mall, and I believe Constitution Avenue. They're working out all the details. Where are they going to gather at the Lincoln Memorial? At the Capitol.
At the Capitol, right.
Well, of course, we're putting a lot of focus on Congress. One of the things we're really encouraging this time is to build a new kind of organizing in every congressional district, 435 different congressional districts, and we're in every congressional district. We want to build our movement up that way. Literally,
so that the legislation reflects
so that we have a way to reach the legislators. I mean, a lot of them hate us, you know. So, but either way, it gives us a way to bring our voice and to organize. And then, of course, the president. We have, you know, Obama's in office, and you know, I voted for him, but he's done nothing for gays, and really has pissed us off with some really ill-advised illegal reason.
Who did he have at give the prayer?
Rick Warren.
Who's
Yeah,
not
so
exactly
I mean,
a friend of gays, right?
Not exactly, hardly.
Hardly.
But Obama has not delivered anything that he promised. And again, it goes to the very basic and very fundamentally moral question of equality. And so we're waiting, but he hasn't done anything. But I think that the way to get action from the president and from Congress and maybe even ultimately the court is you have to put pressure on them.
So
and pressure means you show up in the streets, you flood their offices, you write your letters, you lobby your congressman, and you show up and make a loud noise.
Right.
So do you think that Obama's used the gay issues as sort of a throwaway thing, something he made promises about that he could put at the end of the list without people pressuring him?
I'm not really sure
badly,
about that. It's a hard read with him. He's such a enigma in many respects. I hope that he fundamentally believes what he says, that we are equal citizens. I think that we're a wedge issue, and it's played both ways, from the right and the left. And, you know, I keep hearing, you know, people say, oh, it's not our time, you'll have to wait. Or we have a full plate right now with 2 wars in the economy. Wait. And I think that that's a problem. But we'll see. I mean, he's, been in office just a few months, and we'll see. I mean, he's playing it as a wedge issue as well. So.